Dear readers, in these times of worldwide upheaval, understand that you are not seeing energy from the level that we see it from. We see Earth's collective energy increasingly moving toward levels that are disrupting and dissolving the energy that presently supports many well-established systems: governments, education, medicine, law, commerce, organized religion, etc., and manifests as forms of chaos. This is taking place on personal levels as well, as incoming light energy automatically dissolves pockets of density and old programming for individuals. World over, people are feeling an intuitive push to stand up for themselves and reclaim the innate power they have always had but were told did not exist. People from all walks of life are starting to recognize the lies and distortions that underlie and continue to support so many current laws, rules, teachings, and religious beliefs. A sense of connectedness to all life forms, as well as other humans regardless of appearance, skin color, gender, sexual orientation, religion, or societal position, is rising from the ashes of old belief systems. Many are feeling drawn to participate in activities that reflect oneness, but as of yet understand oneness from a three-dimensional standpoint, like food banks, charitable activities, volunteering, and helping those in need, etc. These activities are beginning steps toward a consciousness of true oneness as being one divine reality, God expressing itself in, as, and through every and all life forms. The events of chaos you are witnessing at this time, with more to come, are temporary facets of the ascension process necessary for opening the eyes of so many still hypnotized by what they see, hear, taste, touch, smell, and are told by those in positions of power. Many of your so-called leaders are unaware that they are actually catalysts for change and not the ones who will be bringing in the higher and new ways that are coming. Allow the process as a spiritually awake observer. The time is close when you will be comforting and helping many to understand what is taking place in the world. God, the one and only reality, is self-sustained energy, substance, reality, law, cause and effect, completeness, wholeness, safety, security, and intelligence, etc., and this is you. Not the ego-based sense of self that you believed yourself to be, but the real you, God flowing the totality of itself into expression as every person, every animal, and every seen and unseen divine idea. God's creativity is infinite. There are forms that mankind has never seen or even imagined, yet to be witnessed once mankind can energetically align with them. The real self is and has been fully present as every person, regardless of their present state of consciousness. A person without the God part is just an empty vessel, dead. Evolution is nothing more than the process of getting out of one's own way through permanently eliminating everything from consciousness that is not in and of oneness. There comes a point at which praying to someone or something outside of self, doing ceremonies and practices, going to church, etc., etc., become obsolete and only serve to hold a person in separation. Everyone must at some point actually believe, accept, and live from a conscious awareness of oneness, that they are, always have been, and will forever remain an expression of God, and that anything other than this is illusion. The words and actions of those who are spiritually awake often bring about fear-filled actions of resistance from those who feel threatened by anything that challenges their foundational belief system. In their need to keep their belief system intact, they label anyone or any group who disagrees with old programming as being misguided, wrong, sinful, stupid, and ignorant, while lashing out with forms of ridicule and anger at anyone attempting to explain a higher way of seeing. These actions reflect fear, a state of consciousness filled with beliefs of duality, separation, and many powers that harm and kill. Do not resist or try to change another's views if you find yourself experiencing criticism or disdain for your beliefs. Your job is not to fix anyone, but rather to anchor truth and light on earth. Without resistance, silently acknowledge their true divine nature and move on. The energy of low resonating words or actions have no effect on reality. In the presence, light, and love, low resonating energies that are not engaged or aligned with simply flow back to the sender. Every person is only able to act from their highest level of awareness, state of consciousness, and unless they are receptive and ready, which you will intuitively know, words of truth only serve to aggravate someone not spiritually ready to hear them. This is why proselytizing and missionary work is a very three-dimensional activity. Every person is evolving at their own pace, and free will allows all to decide for themselves the state of their consciousness. The increase in violence in the world is partially the result of the energetic clearings taking place. When dense energy is re-experienced by a person who is still in alignment with the energy that is moving through, rather than allowing it to clear, some will align with it, once again make it theirs, and act on it. Another cause underlying so much present-day violence is that the self-serving activities of some governments and many in positions of power are giving those in alignment with them a sense of permission to do whatever they feel like doing. It is important to remember that accidents do not exist in reality. Accidents are three-dimensional concepts, manifestations of Earth's collective belief in duality, pairs of opposites, separation from God, everyone, and your good, and many powers, subject to things that you have no control over. Example: praying for safety on the road feeds the belief that you are separate from the fully present divine safety already within. Instead, consciously acknowledge that every driver on the road, as well as yourself, is a divine being embodying the fullness of divine safety and security. This is how you live truth in the world, while not being of it. Before incarnating, every person creates for themselves a plan, contract, with the lessons, experiences, resolutions, and completions needed with others, etc., experiences for evolutionary learning. There are some on Earth who seem to have no purpose other than to make life difficult for others. This often happens with newer, less spiritually evolved souls who are not strong enough, have forgotten, or simply choose to disregard their contract once on Earth and fully aligned with the three-dimensional belief system. There are other planets who have gone through an ascension process, such as Earth is doing now. Many living on these planets are serving the people of Earth with information and guidance, helping them to understand what is going on and what to expect because they have been through it. These planets now resonate with love and oneness, much as Earth will at some point, because it is reality. The collective density of Earth's energy was always destined to dissolve because it was created from and continues to be maintained by concepts and beliefs that have no divine law to hold them permanently in place. It is you, the people of Earth, who are bringing about the breakdown of collective density, and is why you chose to be on Earth at this time. Do not look to guides, angels, higher dimensional beings, or some concept of a god to do it, because it is only those actually on Earth who create Earth's collective consciousness, and so only they can create a higher resonating collective that will manifest forms of truth, love, and oneness, rather than forms of duality, separation, and many powers. Be patient and trust that there is indeed a divine plan taking place, one that cannot be stopped, but can be slowed through ignorance and resistance. Darkness and separation have never been a part of any divine plan, because these things do not exist in omnipresent divine consciousness. It was God's expressions eons ago, before there was dense physical form, who chose to experience what separation would feel like, and then found themselves increasingly stuck in their own illusory creations. The game has gone on long enough. Hypnotism continues to be supported and promoted by those who stand to benefit from mankind's ignorance of true identity. There are ancient unseen ones attempting to stop mankind from opening to God-ordained sovereignty, because it means that they will no longer have access to the energies of fear, separation, violence, war, etc. that they feed on. There are also the human puppets of the unseen ones, also attempting to keep world hypnotism and false beliefs of the past alive and well for personal profit, control, and power. Awaken, dear ones. Take whatever steps you feel guided to take in order to more fully realize the glorious reality that you are and always have been. You were gods but did not remember, and so ignorantly surrendered your divinity to the belief that you were sinners needing to be saved, with limited physical bodies under the thumb of outside powers, beliefs, individuals, and a punishing God in the sky. Rejoice, dear ones, for everything is unfolding according to a plan permanently supported by divine law. We are the Arcturian Group.